Hey guys, so today, Sean Carter. Today I'll be speaking about one of my successes with women, one of my main successes with women. So a lot of people have been speaking about NLP in seduction, and they say that it's basically cheating. All right, I would like to offer this paradigm of NLP or SSS use, right? I think this allows us to clear the air and open up to a new opportunity for our fellow PUAs to see the benefits, responsibilities, and unique offerings that NLP has, right? So, like I said, some would say that NLP in seduction would be like using cheat codes for a video game. I respectfully disagree. NLP and SSS users still flub up in the game. You can imagine it's only things to know, and what they call an instantaneous bond pattern. And it's another thing to get into the kind of report necessary to run such a pattern. To use NLP and SSS still requires heightened social skills and the ability to approach and open and keep interest. Now, do we NLPers go in knowing that once we get to a certain point in the game that we're going to rock a woman's world and share amazing experiences and feelings with her simply by being allowed to, step into her world? Yes, we do. But getting there is still the same fun challenge as it is for everyone else. Others may say that NLP is extremely manipulative. I agree. All PUAs, all seduction artists, all men in general, as well as women, we are manipulative creatures. That's what sets us apart from the AFCs, the average chumps in the world. We know how to flick all the right switches, and we instantaneously set out with the intent of doing so. Any other method of PUA, you leave nothing to chance. Getting lucky is for average chumps, okay, and wannabe alpha males, okay, of the world. See, a difference that can be seen in our peers, all right, is that we understand a crucial element of female psychology. They don't like us per se. I'm not saying other styles of PUA don't know this. I'm simply speaking about perspective and observation to fellow NLP PUAs. They like the feeling and experience we create for them. When a woman sees or says, "I like Martin," it's shorthand for saying, when I look at, think of, hear, or feel Martin in a certain pleasurable, wonderful way, wonderful things happen inside of me that I let him take control. As an NLP user, we simply cut the process down by helping her allow those experiences to occur faster and at a greater intensity. Basically, if they've felt an emotional, spiritual connection with someone before, we NLPers, we recreate that and intensify it in order to give it our own signature. All right? Is there the threat of NLPers being misused? Rummage through the NLP thread. Okay, go onto YouTube, onto forums. You will. The answer is yes. That's the beautiful thing about it. there is a balance to our system. You really want to use a pattern on a woman that is going to make her obsessive over you. You really want her to spend all of her time with you. In today's generation, we have way too many girls flaking out on guys, not giving guys the time of the day. And, you feel like you don't have the upper hand. And that is where NLP is going to increase your game. It's going to keep you ahead of the game, as they say. I will not provide the means, but let me tell you from myself and most of NLP users out here, there is a price to be paid for the arrogant, selfish, and ignorant misuse of this technology. As Cecil B. DeMille once said, it's impossible to break the law. We can only break ourselves against the law. The corruption of your own mind, the perversion of your misguided behaviors will be your own self-inflicted punishment for the abuse of the NLP toolset. This brings me to another topic. NLP as a seduction tool is just one of the many facets of technology as a whole. What's the point of being able to seduce women by these methods if you don't know how to use a lot of the same methods to land a good high-paying career with a strong interview? What's the point to use it if you can't snap yourself out of your own rut? Keep the bond with your family and friends stronger. Help others at their request to make a positive change in their life. As a well-rounded NLP practitioner myself, you will have so much more to offer other people around you that having a charismatic, open, be attracted to me aurora will come naturally. It truly is a wonderful thing to know that you can step into someone else's shoes at any moment's notice and not just live moments of their life with them, but actually feel those moments with them. And with their permission, make those feelings, their lives, even better. This is when you truly know others as the magic man. But once again, like I said, people have a very different perspective with regards to NLP. And I just want to speak about that manipulating factor that everyone speaks about. So for me, I like to use this example. That's understanding how to manipulate an instrument to make sweet music and make it wrong, studying music and how to make it as sweet as possible with little notes played as possible. Does knowing the Bible and all other holy scriptures make it wrong or manipulative to enter discussion of the principles of religion with a person who does not have such understanding? Since you can in effect say, well, the Bible says this, and leaves out the parts of the quote which does not suit your needs. People do it still. But I'm sorry, I shouldn't bring religion into this. It often clouds the judgmental abilities of those emotionally tied with the said religion. It's not a flaw. It just seems to be a much too heated area to use in something like this as an example. But like I said, in my opinion, everyone is exactly equally manipulative, whether consciously or subconsciously. We all do things, attempt to get a response from our environment that serves our needs and wants in the most consistent way possible. The difference between the average guy and the guy that learns and applies these psychological tactics is that the educated guy's manipulation is better planned and more powerful. And by the way, the NLP works. Research NLP before you decide to do this. It's one of those things that takes a bit of time to understand and a bit of time to apply into your game. And if you're not one of those guys that you guys say, oh, I don't want to manipulate, I don't want to seem immoral, just leave this sort of like game out of your system. I mean, if you're the kind of guy, like I always say, who can get girls without the manipulative tactics, you can just be yourself and just be honest with them, then by all means, don't use this. Don't use it. I don't understand. But for guys who are, using different techniques, but aren't getting the results they want, they can use the NLP as a way to increase their chances of getting laid, of building positive, well, not positive, but, just building a relationship. But, ironically, many PUAs I've met, and coaches and seduction artists, and even a few of the students that I teach, many of the PUAs that I've met don't use the NLP to describe the stop means no, and no doesn't always mean no line as a thought. As an NLPer myself, no means no, period. I think this is where a lot of the misconception stems from. The idea of persuasion without consent, in my experience, virtually impossible to get away with. From personal experiences, if you don't have consent in one way or another to proceed, the gates are in fact shut. There's no way to bribe the god, so to speak. We don't automatically bypass someone's critical factors so much as we and do things that the mind finds pleasing and therefore allows us to do. We have to gain a certain element of permission before we can proceed, going from hello to some kind of can't sleep with me now pattern simply won't cut it. I agree. I wouldn't want an NLP gamer gaming a girl I'm working on either. For that matter, I wouldn't want any other PUA flubbing up my game plan. I mean, chances are any woman you're gaming is seeing other men anyways. NLPers or not, none of us are special. We are merely individuals in our behavior. That is what dictates the overall theme, feedback, and success of our seduction. At the end of the day, we are all creating feelings for those lucky ladies in our lives. My point, whether liked or disliked, is to share our resources to improve our individual game, regardless of whether you use it or not. I want to see everyone here succeed. For those that find there is a possible usefulness for NLP in their method, they should have the access to those resources without being made feel like a snake in the grass or lowly or evil manipulator. It's up to the NLP user to demonstrate through our own ethical, positive behavior that their resource here for one and all, that when applied can benefit those around us. But yeah, like I said, guys, this is the end of my video. Subscribe to my channel, leave a like, leave a comment if you disagree. I will be making more videos on a weekly basis. Stay tuned.
They can't fuck with you.